Hello guys, this is Dr. Possibility from Excel Academy. Kindly make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and also contact us for registration. In this video, I'm just going to revise with you on the histology of muscles. In this video, my major focus is on how to label some diagrams on muscles. Let's quickly get started. We have been given this first picture, and in this diagram we have been asked to label the diagram. So let's quickly start with A. So if you look at A is within the I band. If you look at A is within the I band. So a region within the I band which is normally dark stained or which appears to be dark is normally known as the Z line. And when we look at B is moving from one Z line to another, and this region is known as the sarcomere. So the sarcomere is just cutters from the one Z line to another. So let's quickly look at C. So if you look at C is also a Z line. Like the same way this one is a Z line, even that one is a Z line. Let's go and look at D. So if you look at D is within the A band. D is within the A band. So let's quickly look at what D is. So D is known as the M line. So M line is just a dark spot which is within the A band, and you need to know that the A band has what? As myosin, and this A band contains a line in between which is the M line, but this M line is also found in a region called the H zone. So let's quickly look at E. So when you look at E, which is just the H zone, like I've stated on this particular point, and then let's quickly look at F. I've already said, which is the I band. So one thing about the I band is you can look at the tetraids. These are just some tetrad, and another thing you can look at the I band. You can look at these guys which are just mitochondria. Okay, the other one, the last one, which is just the A band. So these are the labels for this particular diagram. Let's quickly look at the other diagram. So we have been given the same diagram but in different form, and let's quickly look at A. So if you look at A, these are just the thin actin filament within the I band. So like I said, the I band has what? Has actin filament which are found in them. As a result, it normally appears to be light. So let's quickly look at B. B is just the Z disc which normally separate the I band into two. So when you talk of H is just the H zone which is within the A band. Okay, and the H zone normally has an M line. When you talk of D is simply the same thing, which is just the Z disc or the Z line. E, it is the thick filament, and this thick filament is just made up of myosin. So remember, the muscles have the thick filaments and also the thin filament. The thick filament, these are just proteins which are called the myosin, and then the thin filament are also proteins which are known as actin. The myosin and the actin, they do normally interact due to the presence of calcium, and when these interact, they can lead to the contraction or relaxation of the muscle. So let's quickly look at F. F is the I band, which is normally having the actin filament in abundance. And then when you look at H is simply when you look at G is simply the sarcomere, which is the distance between the two Z discs. Then H is the A band, where you need to expect a lot of myosin. Okay, then we can look at I band and also the M line. So let's quickly move on and go to the next part. So this is one of the part which your lecturer would love you to label, and this is how the labels are. So we quickly start with the part labeled A. So when you look at the part labeled A, this part is from that region and that region. So this part is known as the A band. Remember, the A band normally consists of myosin, and it has also the region from that part to that part, which is known as this line, which is known as the M line, and also you also have the D guy, which is known as the H zone. But anyway, we are normally focused on what we have been told to label. So if you look at C, it's coming from one sarcomere to another, from one Z line to another Z line. So the label marked C is known as the sarcomere. Okay, so the label marked C is known as the sarcomere. Then when you look at the label marked B, so B is within the A band, the I band, sorry. So B is within the I band, and they have just cropped this section to that section. So this section is normally having the actin filament zone. So this is just the actin filament zone. Okay, the actin filament zone. This region is normally having a lot of actin. You can only find actin. And then we have D, which is just the H zone. So D is just the H zone. Okay, so D is just the H zone. And then we can simply look at the region from this part to that part, which is simply the I band. Okay, so this is the I band. Remember, the I band has a lot of actin in it, and its actin in nature is thin. So these are just some of the important points you need to know. Actin is thin, making the I band to look light, and then also the myosin is thick. This makes the A band to be dark. So let's quickly go through. So this there to there, it is the A band, which is dark and contains myosin. Then you have this part, which is the M line. Then you have from one Z line to another Z line, which is C, and this is called the sarcomere. Then you have this light part, the light part of the dark region, which is just known as the H zone. Then you have from that region to that region, which is the I band, and it's normally having the actin. And then this region, which is from that region to that region, the I band is separated into two by the Z disc or the Z line. So that's it for this diagram. Let's quickly move on and look at this other diagram. The question is saying label the following diagram. So let's quickly start with this one. So if you look at this one, it's starting from that region to that region, from one Z disc to another Z disc. So this region is just known as the sarcomere. Then from this region to that region, which is also dark here, so this is known as the A band. So this part is known as the A band. So take note of that. And then we have C, which is the region within the A band, and this region is known as the H zone. So this is known as the H zone. Then we have D, which is these guys here. Remember, in the first diagram I explained about the name of these guys. So these guys are just known as triads. And then we have E, which is that part there. So if you look at that part, this is sarcoplasmic reticulum, and then F is the T-tube. So for the sake of theory, you need to understand that there is an interaction between the T-tube and also the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Yeah, which is just the endoplasmic reticulum. There is an interaction between these guys. So sarcoplasmic reticulum is just simply also known as endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, but because we are talking about muscles, we can't say endoplasmic reticulum, but we can use the word sarcoplasmic reticulum. So there is an interaction between these two during the contraction and relaxation of the muscle. So let's quickly look at the last one. So the last one is just the triad. Look at that. So this part and that part, they are just one and the same. The only thing that we haven't labeled in this diagram is the region from that region to that region, and this region is known as the eye band. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you understand these diagrams as they are likely to be in your exam, test, and also your assignments. Thank you very much, guys. This was Dr. Possibility from Excel Academy. In case you want to contact me or you have a question, please contact me on the following lines and I will respond to you. Thank you and have a blessed day.